Okay, and we are up against Sirika. I don't know if I've ever played this opponent before. Sirika. Or Sirika. Sirika. How big is the variance in this game compared to like Hearthstone or poker? I think that it's much less than both. Like the only real there's three things in Prismata that are randomized. Okay, one is which whether or not you go first. The second thing is what the randomly available units that you can buy is, and the third thing is if you run out of time during your turn, then it will behave randomly in cases where it has to do something like defend or breach. But other than that, there's no other randomness in the game. And the initial setup, like, it definitely creates a lot of variety from game to game, but I don't think it creates much of a variance in win rate the same way it does in Hearthstone. Like in Hearthstone, the best player in the world can easily drop a game against, a good but like not super expert player. Whereas in Prismata, I think that's far less likely. This is a hard set to parse because there are so many different ideas. I think I'm just going to drone and see what my opponent does. Animus. So what does Animus mean? It means Protoplasm, Tatsus, Blood Ragers. Trying to think if there's something really good against that. Like, I think a Cluster Bolt Plasma Fire type of thing might be good. Maybe I should have got a Conduit last turn, but Tatsu could be good if Sirika puts down a Blast Forge at some point. I think I'm just gonna do this for now. Elyot spoiling the BlizzCon finals? I haven't even watched the BlizzCon finals. How could I be spoiling them? There was actually a thread in Game Dev where some guy was talking about the RNG in Hearthstone. And we were kind of making fun of this, like, because at BlizzCon Ben Brode was talking about RNG in Hearthstone, and he brought up like Fisher random chess as an example of where, like, by randomizing the back row of the chessboard, you get rid of the problem of memorizing openings being a huge factor in chess. And it's kind of funny because that's exactly what Prismata is. It's more like a Fisher random chess than it is like a, Hearthstone with no randomness. Mediocre player could beat a great player in Hearthstone. That sort of happened a lot. Well, one thing about Hearthstone, and I think this is like actually a real thing for esports, is I cannot see there ever being like a Slayer's Boxer of Hearthstone, like a sort of an undisputed best player that is like a fan favorite and everybody loves them and they just crush everybody. That will never happen in a game like Hearthstone because of the variance, and it never happened in Magic the Gathering either. Like, there's lots of players who people think are good, but there was never a person who, like, won the Pro Tour every time or won every Grand Prix or anything like that. So my opponent is apparently going base set only, and it always looks really bad when I lose to base set only on stream. So I want to get a lot of Cluster Bolts. I don't want to get another Plasma Fire. I'm thinking about Tatsu Nullifier, but I think it's too inefficient to get because I'm gonna have to waste a lot of resources. I think just attacking for a lot is good, like a Steel Splitter is good, and just like drop a lot of Cluster Bolts. I don't know if I want to go that much into it though. Let's try that. Who is the next Prismata Bon Joie? Well, if you believe the leaderboard, it's Will. And everybody at, everybody in Lunarch sort of has the mutual opinion that Will and I are the best players. And right now he's ranked a little bit higher than me, but I don't know if that's deserved or he's just been playing a bit more seriously than me. But I would say, you know, if we had to pick one human being to defend the human race in a Prismata match versus some aliens, right now it would either be me or Will. And I'd put my faith behind Will, but don't know. Neither Jaedong nor Flash ever played Hearthstone. Okay, but if they did, they're not going to win every game. They're not going to present win rates any higher than the best players right now. I mean, I actually think that, like, everybody saw that the new cards they announced for Hearthstone are full of RNG. And I think it's the correct decision for Hearthstone, because I think a lot of their success, especially in social media, comes from, like, big stories or like, you know, epic things that happened and somebody go and posts it on Reddit or whatever. I think they, like, get a lot of value from that. So they are, in my opinion, correct to keep trying to build on that value. But it's also good for games like Prismata. In the sense that people who aren't interested in that type of RNG-heavy gameplay, we can be an alternative for them. I feel like this is wrong. I feel like I don't want a Gauss Cannon here. I actually just want more conduits to work towards some kind of massive clustering. Like, I don't have to drone engineer here, I can just conduit again. Like, conduit myself into absurdity. I don't even know if I want to attack with this steel splitter. I could just get another one. Yeah. Yeah, this seems okay, because it puts Sirika in an awkward spot with regards to his defense. I really don't want to lose to a player who only buys base set units. Oh wow, he's gonna lose wall in front of Rhino? I mean, I guess that's the same as losing wall in front of wall. Normally you want to lose the Rhino there just because it has less HP. But if he really wants to attack with it, then it can be correct. Like, I'm not putting on a whole lot of pressure yet. But once Cluster Bolt starts happening, I don't know if Sirika realizes how much trouble he's gonna be in when I buy like 4 or 5 Cluster Bolts at once. Because with these Tarsiers as his main attack force, breaching is pretty deadly. Okay. I don't know why Sirika left the drone back. Anyways, I desperately need defense. Even that's like not enough. Ugh. Puzzle, you have a Centurion and 5 gold facing 15 damage. All units and resources are available. How do you defend? Oh, 5 gold and a Centurion? Like... So I don't have any other units on the battlefield, it's just stuff in the buy box. Is that even possible? I don't believe you. Like, am I allowed to use like fluoride cores or something with the Centurion's attack? I'm wondering if it's time yet, and if I should just buy 2 cluster bolts. Like boom. Oh, I can't if I make 2 force fields. That kind of sucks. I'd have to do this. I feel like that's defendable. It's too early. It's too early. We'll go for it next turn, maybe. So hold on a sec. I mean, you can use Orides, whatever you want. Like they're already on the table, because if I buy an Oride, then I can't use it right away on the same turn. Two Plexocell. Okay, but if I don't have any drones, I can't buy Plexocells, right? Oh, if I get drones to sacrifice, then sure I can do it with Plexos. So what you meant is I have a Centurion and 5 drones. Okay. I don't know how comfortable I feel in this game. Kind of a bit worried. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Force field, wall. Leave a drone back. Well, that's got to be the play. Next turn I'll be threatening 20. Now let me just do a little calculation here. So force field dies. 10, 13. I feel like actually Sirika can defend this. I don't want to do it yet. Don't want to do it yet. One more turn. The turn that I want to do a massive clustering will be a turn during which Sirika will have to, like, lose a ton of drones and still get breached. It happened earlier. Ooh, Protoplasm's scary. But Sirika's getting low on drones. So one option that I think maybe I should consider here is just not attack with the plasma fire at all, because all it's gonna do is kill like a force field, right? Anyway, so let's try 4 cluster bolts. Drone back. That's pretty good. Okay, Sirika. How do you defend here? Maybe he can manage. Okay, how much can I actually defend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 4. Okay, but if he blows the protoplasm, he's getting breached for sure, and those Tarsiers are gonna go bye-bye. I used to like think this cluster bolt attack was so degenerate and like I kind of felt bad about having it in the game because I thought it like was kind of messy as a strategy. But now I actually think it's so interesting to do this cluster bolt attack. Because like when you do it and when you don't do it, and like what you choose to do leading up to when you execute this cluster bolt attack, I think it's like very interesting, and like there's a lot of high skill decision making involved. Aw, really? He can defend. Because that 26 is a lie, it's actually a 25. Because the Steel Splitter has to drop if I'm facing 14. Because I can absorb at most 13. Ah, I should have calculated that out better. I should have waited one more turn, I think. I blew it. I blew it. Look at that, 25. Ugh. I mean, I just lose now, right? Like, I guess I don't immediately lose. Well, let's play on. There will be a couple more chances to cluster bolt. Yeah, I think cluster bolt is like a ridiculously high skill unit. Like I feel like I'm one of the best players in the game, and I feel like I played that so badly. And like if I really studied the unit and the different combinations to use it in and the different ways to go about buying conduits to get it, then I could optimize my play so much more. Base cards OP. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this cluster bolt strat just sucks. I'm getting owned by base cards and protoplasm. This game isn't over yet. I think I could still win. This might be one of those draws where I like have only conduits left or something. Because I can still buy 6 more cluster bolts. This game isn't over until all my conduits are dead. Okay, so of course I can breach here, but then my opponent's gonna like crush me. On the backswing. If I don't breach, what do I do? Like force field up? Sure, I can survive an extra turn, but does it even make a difference? I think I just breach and buy cluster bolts. Alright, core. Could actually get an economy. What's the most my opponent can defend for? I guess my opponent can make 3 force fields and then defend with 2 more drones. So I can only breach and kill 2 Tarsiers if that happens. Ugh. Do I want to buy anything with these 3 resources? Maybe an Oroid Core. Engineer. So I assume the Plasma Fire and the Steel Splitter are going to get taken out. And if Sirika really wants to, he can kill 2 conduits so that I can't cluster bolt again. But then he's got to not kill the drones. Killing the drones is probably better. Wall. You ever played a game of Prismata where you have only Tarsiers and the game is still a game? Okay, well, I'm gonna kill 2 Tarsiers. Screw this Oroid Core. Okay, 1 more Cluster Bolt should finish off all the Tarsiers. I don't even know if I win this. This is scary as hell. Maybe I actually want the 2 gold. Because no matter what happens next turn, I kill 5 Tarsiers. My goodness. I don't know what's going on. Are you gonna kill my Oride Core? I guess Sirika can get cluster bolts of his own, right? Is there any key unit that I can build off of my Oride Core? Well, not if Sirika does that. This is a damn interesting situation. Okay, well, that happens no matter what, right? That's just a given. And now we're in a cluster bolt war where I'm half a turn behind, right? But I have 2 gold. Is there anything I could do with 2 gold? This is so ridiculous. Like, I can get an engineer, or I can get an Oride Core. What does an engineer even do here? Like, it blocks 1 damage. Is there any chance that, like, this is correct? So that when I get my next wave of Cluster Bolt, I can destroy 2 conduits? I think probably not. Well, I assume Sirika's gonna Cluster Bolt, right? Oride Core is more efficient damage soaking. Yeah. You may not want a Cluster Bolt here. Sometimes it's correct to wait. Missed Engineer. Maybe I want to get 2 Oride Cores and then use a Cluster Bolt. Whatever. Do I want Cluster Bolt? While my Oride Core is invulnerable? And then my opponent can, like, Cluster Bolt and kill both my conduits. I don't know if I want that. I haven't played this correctly. You Cluster Bolts and you kill both his and it's a draw. Okay. So he's gonna kill both my conduits, right? He's got 10, so that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'm gonna get overkilled. So I have to do this in order to not die. And then with the 2 in the bank, next turn I buy an engineer and I live. Is that correct? Because he doesn't have enough to overkill me. Oh, but I can't kill the Blast Forge. I don't have enough. Whatever. I got no options. This is the only play. Every other play is lost. So now he's overkilling. He can kill 3 Ghost Charges. And I'm 1 short. Fuck. There's no other choice. That's the only play. It's the only legal play. And then with 2 in the bank, I buy an engineer for a draw. Right? There's no other play. This one, I think, should immediately declare draw. Yeah, we can claim draw. That was ridiculous. Draw my 1 point. This game is so hard. Golden Bag OP. That was fun. I guess I have to update my record to show that it's 1-1 plus 1 draw. That was a fun game.